the music is like therapy. You know, a lot of people, they go to, you know, therapists and they take medication, and that's cool. But with me, I tend to like stay by myself a lot. So these songs, especially on the new album, Fog of War, it's therapeutic for me to dig deep and just put everything into the lyrics that's going on in my life, and I just put it onto the music, and I don't do it for any specific reason other than a release. So it's sort of like I'm speaking to myself as opposed to speaking to someone who doesn't know me, because no one knows you better than yourself. So it's therapeutic to do the kind of music that I do. I don't look at it as a responsibility. It just so happens that what I put into the lyrics, it's so honest and real coming from me that it's gonna connect to somebody. I don't do it so it can connect to somebody. It just happens to connect with them. So I don't look at it as, oh, I have to make this song to help this person and help that person. You know what I mean? If it does, it does. If they just enjoy it and just get to know me a little bit better, then fine. But I don't look at it as a responsibility. I just look at it as, I just do it, and if they connect to it and it helps them, great. If they enjoy it, great. If they just listen it, great. So I don't look at it as a responsibility. They're just people. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where, you know, a lot of artists, whether you're a singer, rapper, actor, athlete, they tend to build up this, it's like an imaginary wall. But technically, they're just people. So if I run into people from the red carpet, or I run into people from MTV or whatever, I just look at it as I just ran into somebody and met them at Starbucks or something, and we're just talking. So I'm not standoffish with anybody. The fact that they even went out their way to film me or talk to me, it's a blessing to me. So the least I can do is just be myself and just speak to them. You know what I mean? That's why you notice when actors walk by, they just do the quick smile and the peace sign and all of that. Me, I'm like, yo, what's up? How you doing? What's your name? Well, thanks for coming. And I, you know, hamming up with them, but that's just my natural personality. That's just growth. It's like anyone else who grew up in any kind of an environment, because it's not just y'all grew up in the hood. I mean, no matter where you grow up, you know, that old saying of, you know, whatever you went through made you the person you are today. It just so happens that I went through the things I went through. So, you know, the person I was before just evolved into the person I am now, due to the things I've been through, good and bad. It just happened to be, unfortunately, more bad than good, but it still made me the person I am today. So I'm just 100% real. Now, when people hear the word real, they automatically think street real. Y'all, I'm out there, you know, shooting people and doing all this stuff. When I say real, I mean, I'm me. And if people can't accept that, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not gonna try to force feed them. So it's just me being me, and, you know, that's another reason from the previous question is that's the reason why people can connect with me so much, because they don't feel like, oh, he's this guy who's on TV. They go, oh man, he's on TV, but he's so cool. So I would have been this way whether I was doing the music and TV thing or as if I was just had a regular job. Just more insight on who I am, and like I said, it's still therapeutic for me, because there's things that happened over the past few years that I never touched on other songs. So this Fog of War album is just gonna be another glimpse. It's like when you meet somebody, and when you meet them, you have these conversations. You either talk on the phone for a couple hours, or you meet them somewhere and speak to them and y'all become friends. It's the same kind of thing. It's just that with me, I'm just speaking to everyone and letting them know exactly who I am and what I've been through, whether it's good or bad. So it's just like a very long conversation. It's just that I'm the only one talking, but the other people, fans and whoever's listening, they get a chance to be like, man, and you know, social networking, they'll hit me up and I talk with them. You know what I mean? So it's just my Fog of War is just like another long conversation of just me expressing myself and airing out things that I've been through, whether good or bad. Nah, not really, because like I said, all the music is from me. So whether it's from Justified or whether it's just an album that I'm putting out, it's all relevant. You know, I'd rather be known as Emmy nominated Rabbitones other than just, you know, the MC, you know, from the Bronx, even though that's it, but it's all connected. So it's a good thing. Like I'm happy about that. It's all part of who I am, you know what I mean? So if I can play a character, it's that I will try to only play a character that relates to me. Like I mean I can step outside myself, but I'd rather play things that are more close to heart. But it's all part of being an artist, you know what I mean? I can do it, so I do it. You know what I mean? When I do the music, I'm not acting when I'm doing music. It's coming from here. And the same thing as if I'm playing a character. You know what I mean? I have to connect to it some way, somehow. I don't want to just make something up. So it has to come from me. So whether it's acting or if it's, rapping or whatever it is, it still all comes from me. So there is no, should I do this one or should I do that one? It's all connected. Going from being on a record label is definitely, you definitely are not in control of everything you do, bottom line. Even when you're independent, you sort of kind of have to, conform to the industry a bit. But the only thing I've learned is that, an artist should always have creative control, always. If you have to have some record label tell you what you should do, then you're a puppet. You're not. I mean, even if you fail, it doesn't. Well, I don't want to say the word fail, but even if you're not too successful or real successful with your project, at least it came from you. Because the first thing an artist will do is blame it on the record label. Oh man, they didn't promote me right, or oh, they picked the wrong video or something like that. But when it's you, I'd rather walk and fall and get up and fix myself up. So what I learned is that if you're on a record label, you're not in control. Even if you're working with a record label, there's still certain things you have to, but if you're independent, you definitely have more control, and that's basically what I think every artist should do. You know what I mean? But you can get the big machine behind you and do like a business deal with them, but never give them creative control. Never. And never. I try to say don't even sign under an artist. That's just, I'm not a big fan of that either. Because there's always going to be some kind of bias thing going on. Well, I mean, you have everybody seems like they're following some sort of guideline or some kind of blueprint. I don't do that. Like, it's like that Eminem video when he was like, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? And it had this factory making all these M&Ms. It was like, that's how it feels like. Everybody seems to, they come out with their song, they get 1 million views on YouTube, they go to thisis50.com, they go to the morning shows, they all do the same kind of thing, which is nothing wrong with that. But I'm the type of artist that, I like to work with people if we have something in common. So if I'm working with a rock band, it's because there's some sort of connection there. It's not let me do a song with a rock band so I can get some rock fans. It just so happens that we just connected. So I just don't follow the same pattern. Like I said, everything I do is pretty much, like steps I take. I don't pre-plan anything. I pre-think, but I don't pre-plan everything. You know what I mean? So I just go there and whatever happens, happens. And that's why I can work with so many different kind of artists. That's not the same, let me put Drake on a hook and let me get Lil Wayne to spit a verse. And you know what I mean? It's like everybody just does the same thing. Well, so far I got my man Colt Ford, who's a country rap artist. I got Alicia Witt, who's an amazing actress, talented pianist. She's in the new season of Justified. I got a track with her. I'm working with Colt Ford's producer. And of course I got Wrench. I got a couple of Gangsta Grass produced tracks on there. And there'll be more. I got some more people that I'm gonna be working with. But like I said, I don't know yet who they're gonna be. It could be somebody I meet right now going to the store and we just happen to connect. But so far, those are the people that's on the album right now. It's your boy, T.O.N.E-z. And be on the lookout for my album, Fog of War, coming soon to a pair of ears that are connected to your face. Boom!